And welcome back, everybody, to the VLR Tournament. We've already had 3 games go by, and finally, we are at our last round for tonight. This is the second round of it, and it's going to be 60 Hertz going up against Enigma. This is going to be casted by myself, Marks, alongside Dan. And right now, we're going to be seeing these two teams go up against each other in Haven to determine who is going to be moving on to fight Blanix in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, Marks, both teams had really good games the previous round. Enigma taking down Not Elite 13-5. So a pretty impressive performance on their end. And 60 Hertz taking down Nasty Boys 13-9. I think this is going to be a battle of titans here. It's going to be super fun to see these two teams square off. Both teams actually played on Ascent in the previous matches, both banning Breeze in the previous and both banning Breeze, excuse me, in the previous one. So I think this is a map that probably both be impartial to. Yeah, I'm super excited to see the compositions of these teams here.
Yeah, and I'm just curious to see which one of these teams is going to be coming out on top because as we can see here, 60 Hertz rank-wise have a little bit of an advantage, but Enigma, I believe, might be the favorite of a couple of people who might be on the organization side of this tournament. So I'm curious to see which ones of these teams are going to be moving ahead.
Yeah, and we see the tail of the tape here. We see Liler as a gold here, who did top their team last time as a Reyna. So look to see if he can have the same impact this game. And we see Seared Halibut, who's also a gold 1. He topped the team on a Phoenix last time with 22 kills. So if those two guys can still frag out like they did last time, we're in for a doozy.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see, but let's see what these teams want to be bringing to their board. It looks like, as per usual, one of these teams, specifically Enigma, they're going to be starting out on the attack, and I don't think they're going to be bringing all duelists to the board, but it'd be kind of fun to see a little bit more of a duelist-focused composition.
Yeah, we would love to see a replication, wouldn't we? Just a tournament of replication games. But so we do see Kiyoshi on the Sentinel. Last time he did play Killjoy. So it's no change there. But yeah, I'm loving this composition from Enigma. We see the Astra again, like we saw previously on Split, and we see the Sky again. And then we see the DOS and Stylo on Duelist with the Reyna and Jet respectively.
Select
So
your agent.
I really like this composition and a counter Astra as well on Spectra. Wow, okay. So we're gonna have an Astra battle here. I really love this these compositions here. One being a little bit more defensive than the other.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting for sure. But generally speaking, across the board, these compositions do seem a little bit more similar, with 60 Hertz favoring that Sentinel over the Initiator. Cypher versus Sky here. It's going to be interesting to see how that kind of mixes things up. But of course, Haven, a little bit of an interesting map because there are 3 different sites for people to attack on. So it really allows for a little bit of a varied defense and offense here.
Exactly. So we see Kiyoshi with the Sentinel starting on defense. That's going to be pretty important because you want to get the momentum as a more defensive composition out first, right? So Kiyoshi on the Sentinel, and then the rest is going to be basically mirroring what Enigma has. So if they can pull out a couple leads here early in the round, I think it'll be really good for 60 Hertz to be able to pull ahead.
Yeah, and we can already see Enigma. They're going to be setting up for just a full seaside rush. Going to be contested by a Sova, but we're going to see whether or not that's going to actually be enough. Let's see if they want to commit to this. It looks like they are going to be leaving someone to lurk garage here, but Clue is going to get a lot of indication as that recon dart is just going to find so many of the units there. So now Enigma executing on this attack.
Yeah, we see rotation coming quickly from 60 Hertz side, and as we engage, Enigma going in hard because they did lose someone in on grass, so now it's even 4-4. Let's see what happens on this re-engage from 60 Hertz.
60 Hertz, they do have enough in their pockets in order to make this work, but Sacred Halibut starting us off there. Immediately traded back from Sticky. Now Spectra in the Astra smoke right now. There's 2 people waiting for him as soon as he pops out here. Let's see how this is going to go. Catches one reloading, but unfortunately, he's going to be on top of that, as that's going to just be 60 Hertz cleaning up as they're going to get the defuse and secure round number 1.
Diffuse the spike.
Good take on Enigma's part, but really good retake on 60 Hertz part. Although Enigma, did engage pretty quickly, killing one person, that did not deter 60 Hertz from regrouping and retaking as a team, which is always what you want to see in a pistol round, because you don't have, there's no gun advantage really. Yeah. You want to have take those even fights and see what abilities you can use to re-engage.
Absolutely. And now the pistol round is over, so 60 Hertz going to be buying up a little bit here. We see a lot of Spectres and a Marshal coming out from them. This is going to be extremely difficult for Enigma to push into, but last time C didn't work out so well. So let's just get all of our units over onto A and get ready to push.
Exactly. Inspector using her Astro abilities early on here, putting her Astral Stars down and having a suction onto A lobby. So I think that doesn't deter Enigma at all though, as they push through A. But look at this lurk from Das.
Yeah, that lurk could be absolutely massive. Now Kyoshi moving in just to get this Heaven control here. Sacred Element is gonna get one onto Das. That is an instrumental pick because now there might be a Reyna coming from behind. Still looking like they're in charge of the situation as they take out everyone. Now, it's only one person left. And Impulse just sprays the pistol through there, able to find the pick. And that's going to be a second round for 60 Hertz, looking incredibly dominant there.
Super clean on 60 Hertz side. Seared Halibut right now has DOS's number. Both times he had the engage on DOS, won the gunfight in the first round, and now secured the flank on the second, stopping that flank. And I think that's pretty important because DOS was a top fragger in the previous match, so you know he has it in him to frag out. And I think neutralizing him first would made it a lot easier for 60 Hertz, knowing there's going to be no flank or no lurk or anything like that, to take that round.
Yeah, now 60 Hertz opting to just keep their guns that they kept from the previous round. Meanwhile, Enigma, they're going to be buying up here. So Enigma could flip this round around on its head. As we see 60 Hertz, they're actually just going to be playing a little bit more of a default.
Yeah, we see a standard default here from 60 Hertz. Reyna taking up that space in sewers, which I really like because there's really not much there other than a Cypher cam. So he's getting that space, getting that information. Oh, and Seared Halibut just holding the garage down like he did in the first round. Good pick onto him.
That's going to kick off this round with a little bit of a bang, especially too, a rifle might be down. So it's going to be interesting. A Spectre does pick up the Phantom. Now, you can tell, Enigma, they don't really have a read on what 60 Hertz is doing. 60 Hertz slowly moving in around how things are going to be setting up here. It looks like they're favoring a mid, but 60 Hertz is not aware of this at the moment. Both teams kind of trading blows. Kyoshi now, we're going to see a little bit of an engagement. Enigma's triple shot coming out on top here. The Wolf is going to run by anybody, but Kyoshi just getting so aggressive. Takes out one, but is punished as a result. Now it's a 2v2 situation. The spike is down. Triple shock grabbing another Phantom. Das on this flank, looking for a little bit more opportunity there, but doesn't see Clue come from behind him. Now it's a 2v1. He's got to be watching two angles. Triple shock is in a terrible position here as the shock darts are going to be coming through, getting a lot of damage in already. He's going to be able to take out one. Now it's a 1v1 situation. Doesn't realize where the final person has rotated over to. Enigma choosing to back off here. Triple shock taking that bomb. Probably going to be ferrying this one over to C, but it's going to be absolutely tight because Das is going to have his number. As Das moves in now, is he going to be able to get the bomb down at least? He's going to get the bomb down. And sorry, Sacred Halibut is the one who was on that defense and is going to get the defuse, bring in 60 Hertz up 3-0.
Yeah, Seared Halibut really clutched that round for them, but Clue made it really interesting because you thought Enigma had that B site secured, but Clue with that major kill on, I believe it was DOS or Sticky, I'm not sure, but either way, that kill made it really easy for 60 Hertz to kind of corner Enigma into a bad corner they did not want to be in. Good rotations though, good defaults like we said, but 60 Hertz right now putting Enigma's backs against the wall because now they have to save fully with only 3 sheriffs and 2 classics with barely any armor on any of them.
It's going to be a little bit difficult here for Enigma pushing into this solid defense that 60 Hertz has been presenting. If they can get some... Oh, that's not a good start. As right off the bat, that's going to be a pick onto Das. And another pick coming through onto Stylo as well. Triple shock moving in here, but taking held
one enemy remaining.
His job right there. Taking 2 down. And that's just going to be a flawless round for 60 Hertz. Looking absolutely dominant here.
Yeah, they really do. Seared Halibut has been carrying this lobby, I would say, on his back. Both teams, he gets 8 kills for the first 4 rounds. Doing a really good job as Arena to be able to be aggressive, take that space, and get that information. Just super unlucky for Das, so he's putting in good lurks, but just getting picked at the wrong time or putting the lurk all the way through and they're just getting kind of picked with his back turned against an enemy. Just super unlucky. I think if he keeps doing that though, it will pay off eventually. Let's see if it actually helps him secure this first round.
Yeah, and now Enigma, they're going to be engaging with the recon drone. All 5 members looking at A, but it looks like they actually just want to play this slowly right now. You know, they can't afford any of these unnecessary picks. Clue using another drone to just kind of scout this out, is able to find that they are going to be coming in here, but the Wolf is going to come out and really scout out this.
You want to find it?
Little do they know that there is an operator in Enigma's hands. The wall is going to be good in order to shut down some of the sight lines here, as a tripwire is going to be deployed. Clue stunned out of it, can't get out of it, as Liler is going to take him down. Now Kiyoshi has to make a decision on what he wants to do here. Out come the squids. That's going to put a little bit of pressure onto 60 Hertz. Right now, it's looking like, okay, as soon as I say that, 60 Hertz coming alive, gets the train down. Enigma, though, are able to just sweep it up, and finally they're going to get their first win on the board.
Great use from the Astra ult there, blocking out Heaven and CT. Even though they had one person on site, they used all their abilities to get onto site and deter any Cypher abilities from allowing them to get in. So great use of Astra ability. I think that's what the engage was literally made for, and that strat was the Astra abilities and going into the site. Well done, and hopefully they can keep that momentum going as they pick up their first round.
Yeah, you can see that they're feeling a little bit more confident here. They just need to execute similarly. Stylo with the operator is actually going to be peeking down the C log, but it's going to be tested with potentially another operator, but that's actually going to be a mid pick onto Sacred Halibut right off the bat by Liler. What a great little peek. You know, operators are great at just shutting down those aggressive peaks. As 60 Hertz, they have to think about how they want to engage this.
I really like their shape here for Enigma. They're showing different looks to 60 Hertz every single round, which I really like. Keep them guessing. It could pay off later on as we see Sticky coming through Garage for free, essentially. So I definitely expect this nice pick onto Kiyoshi. I don't know if they know Clue's back here. Hopefully they clear this corner. And if they do, oh, what a 3K. And a 3K from Clue. 2 headshots and the kill on Dosh. Oh my gosh, that was a round change. As we see Spectacle and Liler coming back with a op shot. I don't know, this is looking like pretty poor for Stylo, and as I say that, Impulse with the classic kill onto Stylo. That round would just turn on his head in such an instant, Marks.
If this was a murder mystery novel, well, listen, 60 Hertz, you gotta check all of your clues, because otherwise he's gonna just completely come out from underneath your team and get an easy pick off there. Oh my goodness. What a round right there. Sorry, I actually meant Enigma has to check Clue, because Clue is on 60 Hertz, but oh my god, they didn't check their quarters and they were absolutely punished devastatingly for it.
Yeah, 3 kills from Clue. And as I was saying that, I knew like that position from Clue was really good, but if they found him out, it would have been GG's for 60 Hertz, and Enigma would have took that round. Wow. These ops are going crazy this round. We had 2 ops last round, 1 op this round. I don't even know what to say, but keep it going because we love to see it.
Yeah, pretty much. Now Enigma in a little bit more of a hairy situation. 60 Hertz might have turned the dial up to 144 Hertz with all the frames that they're getting, but Styler is going to be looking in here, and that's actually Sticky taking out Clue this time. They've learned their lesson here as Styler gets traded back, but he's going to be taking it out as well. Impulse popping the knives. Can he get any value out of them? No, he is, but that is Kiyoshi able to take out this here. And now, that's going to be an engagement on the site, just Liler alone. Now Sticky has to make something happen, but he's pushing into his B site with an operator breathing down his back. He is going to be trying to do the garage engage, but Impulse has his number as he's just going to be watching these corners, using the smoke to deter any momentum here and get a little bit of a reposition. Sticky now not sure where to do. He pulls out the knives just for a second. He is able to find one, which is going to be a good entry pick here, but it's still a very tall order. At this point, it might be good to just take the up and run, but as soon as I say that, he actually almost pulls it back for his team. But that's going to be Sacred Halibut coming in clutch in order to win it for, 60 Hertz there. Wow. Right now, 60 Hertz are looking very good, finding those opening picks and really opening up the round for their team to just dominate.
Yeah, Sacred Halibut, like, you don't want to leave him the last one standing because he's going to take that any day of the week. But good on Sticky, though, to make that actually a competitive round, because with those 3 people left, using his abilities, using that peak, that jump peak, actually put it into his advantage. So well done. I believe that this game's a lot closer than it's made out to be with the 6-1. Enigma just has been pretty unfortunate with not being able to finish off rounds after gaining such great position onto sites.
Now here's Impulse, able to get the hit onto Triple Shock. Now Enigma are going to have to engage down one member, but Sticky might be able to find him in here. It looks like we're going to have Stylo moving in with these jet knives. Stylo, now's your time to come alive. Stylo's been doing a pretty decent job of putting on pressure, but being met with an operator is going to make this extremely difficult, especially too if that's going to take out Sticky. Das, meanwhile, taking out Spectra on the flank, able to pick up a Phantom on their own. Now Enigma in a little bit of a better situation, but it's still a 3v4 here. Das, can he find another? He can. Clue falls down as well. Now it's a 3v3. Das single-handedly bringing it back for Enigma as we see just Enigma running onto this B site. They're going to be getting this plant off as now it's going to be 60 Hertz looking to play retake.
Yeah, we see that with a beautiful take on Das getting the kill. Oh, that's super unfortunate. Kiyoshi getting that pick onto Das. Let's see if they can hold this because they've been doing everything but the hold. So if it goes their way with Liler on the kill on Kiyoshi with the headshot, get the possession back B. Impulse with the kill on Stylo. Now they're trapping Liler here. Let's see if he sees him. The updraft onto the top. Liler, no. Impulse with the headshot, the clutch shot of Impulse brings 60 Hertz to another round, tallying to 7, and only Enigma only 1. But like I said, Marks, they do 90% of the work and just falter on the last 10%. It's super unfortunate. This game is super close, and don't be surprised if you see Enigma come back, but well in for 60 Hertz to capitalize on every mistake they possibly can.
You know, Impulse was definitely sweating there because you could see as soon as he went to do the crossfire with his teammate, he unfortunately ran out of bullets and then had to panic to pick one up off the ground, pick up another gun there, and was able to get the kill off, but it was, like you said, extremely close. And Enigma, they're not out of this yet. They have brought most of these rounds to just one player standing, a 1v1 situation. So, you know, they're still very much in this. Now, it looks like Enigma are going to be setting up to push Garage and then subsequently onto C.
Yeah, looks like they're doing a full C hit here, but don't be afraid. Don't think they might not back off, but I don't know. Once they got that pick on Garage, looks like they could fully commit to this. Clue getting suction using the ult. I think they're going to take the site pretty easily here. Spectra include going down from Triple Shot and Sticky. Now it's all up to Kiyoshi and Impulse to kind of frag out here and take this round back. I'm not sure. They're looking to save the op here potentially with Kiyoshi having a Phantom as well. Oh, Impulse gets pegged in the head but a nice one tap. The op is down. They're probably going to pick it up after they finish up Kiyoshi. And that's an incredible team ace.
Like you said, Enigma, they're still very much in this, and with a complete flawless round, that's going to really help out their economy now. Just even taking a look at their numbers, they are in control. Now, 60 Hertz, they got to figure out a way to stabilize a little bit. It looks like they're going to be doing a save round as we see a lot of Sheriffs and a Frenzy come online for them as well. Enigma, they're pulling this back, slow and steady.
Exactly, Marks. And do you notice that although 60 Hertz is up 7-2, it took one round for them to have to save one loss after full buying, right? That's because these rounds have been so close that 60 Hertz, although winning, had to buy time and time again. As you see, Kiyoshi, you're taking the engage in sewer. Impulse is with the backup on in sewers here, but getting a headshot from Das. So like I said, they don't have the ammunition to be able to compete with them because even though they've been winning, it's been going 60 Hertz's way. Oh, and that kill on Das as Triple Shot goes and kills Seared Halibut with the headshot.
Yeah, and now it's just all up to Clue. He's only got a Sheriff. This is going to be extremely difficult, especially too if you get scouted out by that wolf. You can see Liler just chasing him around a little bit, but Clue looks like he's going to be backing off here. Might run into Sticky, actually. And if he's able to find a pick onto him, then he could pick up a rifle there, which would make it a little bit better, even if he does have to save here. But unfortunately, he's caught off guard as Sticky comes through with the headshot onto Clue. Now Enigma bringing this back.
Yeah, Enigma just like that, back into it now. Is going to get a full buy from 60 Hertz his side, but they do have the op on Stylo, which can be pretty devastating depending on what angle he decides to choose, because 60 Hertz has been a little bit aggressive, especially Seared Halibut from Garage. So if he can peek this angle, maybe get that pick, we'll see what can happen. But I like this full rush A because it worked for them last time, and I don't know if 60 Hertz is fully expecting it. We'll see what Kiyoshi decides to play.
It looks like the engagement is going to be a little bit slower for Enigma this time, respecting the fact that they are going to have guns. Let's see how it goes, though. It looks like they still are favoring this A site. Impulse, though, on top of these boxes could be deadly if they don't find him out. Meanwhile, the Raiders are going to be going at it, but it's going to be Das off the bat, able to get the pick right there onto Seared Halibut. But Impulse comes back with one of his own. Now, this is going to be a full engagement on here. Impulse, the only person able to stay alive on site, but is able to just put in the work. That's going to be a 3K for Impulse here, as he knows Stylo's back there. Saw the gun barrel for a second, but immediately gets pressured down from short. As he disengages, Das and Stylo now have to make this work, but the bomb is on site. This is so painful to push into.
Yeah, if I was Stylo, I'll be thinking about saving here, because losing this op could be pretty devastating for the economy if they choose to buy it again. They do have a bit of money though, around 6,000 to 8,000 range per player. I think if Das can make something happen here, it could be a possibility.
Extremely hard, able to come out here, getting to find Impulse, but immediately gets collapsed upon. Now Stylo is the only person left, just kind of looking for a peek, maybe get a little bit more value out of his operator. But as soon as he's smoked off, Stylo just gonna opt to save the op. You know, the operator. Oh, maybe not, actually, as he looks for a little bit more of an aggressive peek. It looks like Stylo wants this one as he drops the operator, picks up the Phantom, a 1v3 situation here, immediately gets scouted out. This might have been a little bit too much of an overextension, finds one, but is taken down as 60 Hertz get another round on the board.
I think Stylo was trying to hurt the economy for the last round for 60 Hertz. I think whoever's at IGL noticed that they were pretty poor going into it and they had to buy up. So what they did was take a gun out of someone's hand, and look at that, Marks. The Seared Halibut has a rifle but a low amount of money, so he couldn't buy a full shield. So I think that was his idea, because look how rich Enigma is. They have 2 ops right now with losing that round. So they were loaded with money, and I don't think money was an issue for them. So good call, I would say, on Stylo's part to be able to make him a little bit poor to take a final round before the half.
Yeah, 2 operators. Let's see how Enigma wants to use this on the engagement. Liler watching Garage, and I wouldn't be surprised if Stylo was watching a C. That's going to be a recon vault flying in, trying to find anybody here. Sticky able to ping somebody there, but that's going to be triple shot, finishing off Seared Halibut. Once again, not enough armor here, but Impulse is going to be up against the world as he just sees the rest of the team just move on there. So Impulse is just going to be backing off, playing it a little bit slower. The smokes are going to come down, but once again, Kyoshi gets wolfed. It's going to be tough, especially to Stylo takes out Impulse. He is the top fragger here. Kyoshi now has to push into this, but it's taken out by the shock darts. Not even able to do anything, as once again another team ace coming through for Enigma, pulling the momentum back in their favor to finish off the first half.
Switching sides.
Great half on both teams' part. I think 60 Hertz, very beneficial that they fragged out in the beginning of the round there. Picking up 4 rounds helped them progress later on into that first half, because Enigma kind of found their groove, right, Marks? Near the end of that, they were picking up rounds, making 60 Hertz downing their economy. So I think if they can do that, they can definitely get back into it. But they don't have the best defensive composition here. So we'll see what they can use the most out of the Astra for, and maybe their initiators with the Sova to get information as well as the Sky.
Absolutely. It's going to be really interesting to see how this defense gets set up here. But Enigma looking pretty good towards the end of that half. You know, 60 Hertz, though, they want this win here. So as soon as this round opens up here on this pistol round, whoever gets this first is going to set the tone for this half.
Precisely, Marks. And I think if you look here, look at Seared Halibut kind of looking at window, but what a good first pick from Impulse on Daps, which is one of the better players. Oh, look at his engagement from Stylo. Kiyoshi's, and they barely just missed each other there. That would have been a crucial fight.
Yeah, and now that Das is down, we can see that actually 60 Hertz is calling for the rotate around, as it looks like they're going to just be looking for a little bit of pressure onto C. Knowing that a lot of agents had rotated over there, now we're going to see a little bit of an engagement here as Seared Halibut makes his way, or sorry, not Seared, yeah, it is Seared Halibut, makes his way onto site, taking out Liler first. That's a great opening pick. Now it's a 5v3 situation on this pistol round, so we can see them just starting to move in. Now the bomb is going to be going down. Kiyoshi miss. It happens
Spike
against
planted.
Sticky. Triple Shock receiving a little bit of damage here, but he's going to be able to back off. He's going to be faced with Impulse if he does decide to move through there. But Stylo just stomping his way in, maybe unaware that Clue is there.
Last
Clue runs
player
through, but
standing.
Kiyoshi comes through with the swing and is able to take him out. Triple Shock able to get a headshot off here, but is being challenged by Impulse right now. This is going to be extremely difficult. Two people chasing him down. Triple Shock says, uh-oh, what do I do here? Well, you're going to panic a little bit because it's going to be pressure received from both ends as Impulse gets the headshot to seal the round in for 60 Hertz.
Marks, you pointed it out last round, and that with that pick on Dash, that allowed a lot of pressure onto A. So beautifully played by 60 Hertz to get that pick, and knowing that they're going to be rotating over, to quickly rotate over to C. Although they did read it a little bit, it still wasn't enough with all their utility to have enough support to help them out. Once they got that pick onto I believe it was Sticky. Once they got the pick onto him, it was pretty much an open site, and there was no chance for them to retake.
And look at just the confidence coming out from 60 Hertz. Now, they've got a Phantom in Impulse's hand with full armor, by SMGs as well. Das using the shorty to maybe get a little bit of value. But this one is going to be a little bit difficult as Seared Helmet starts it off with a shot on the side. Triple Shock caught off guard completely by Seared Halibut. Spectra, though, watching this flank. Das with the shorty, not able to do too much here. And now Das is in not the best position as Sticky just launches shock darts on the site, hoping to get a little bit of value here. Now, as soon as he backs off, Das gonna have to look for something to make it work. Das not sure what he wants to do. And Spectra looking for him now. This might be a little bit of a bad news bear situation for Das because Das is going to be walking in front, and that's going to be a flawless victory for 60 Hertz, bringing this to 10. They only need 3 more rounds to advance to the quarterfinals of this tournament.
Yeah, I guess a good take, really good take onto 60 Hertz part. Das kind of like lost, like stuck in between two areas, both of them closed off by a Cypher trap, and he only had a shorty to work with. So he had no chance of doing anything in terms of engagement, because once you break that trip, they know where you are, but how are you going to fight back if you only have a shorty you could shoot probably like not even 2 meters away? So weird position to be in, but like they had the guns, 60 Hertz. So now let's see what Enigma can do.
You see, Silo almost gets the shot, but Impulse baited it out. Probably a smart move there. We're gonna see Lilar drop a flash, not able to find anybody there, but Seared Halibut is looking down at the end there. It's gonna be the recon bolt tagging Lilar, and he's gonna be backing off there, as now this is gonna be 60 Hertz looking potentially at a C site push.
Yeah, they're looking to a C, but it looks like they're rotating now to garage. I love how 60 Hertz is playing this. They're being very fluid. They're not hard stuck on one side, 5-man rushing aside. And look at that pick from Seared Halibut onto Lilar. When you have someone that good, you can make stuff happen. So these defaults that they're playing is super beneficial, because that one-on-one prowess onto different players, Seared Halibut gets another kill onto Sticky. It's so important for them for their engagement. And now it's looking really bad for Enigma here.
Yeah, Seared Halibut trying to challenge Impulse for the top fragger on the team. And unfortunately, Stylo, though, gets the pick onto Impulse. Depends on whose side you are, but that's going to be Seared Halibut coming through on a triple shot. Now Seared Halibut looking for that last one. Scouts out Stylo, knows that they're in garage, and so this is just going to be the full team moving in on this one lone jet player. Stylo trying to run for his life, unable to do so as Seared Halibut picks up the 4K on that round. What a solid offense from 60 Hertz here.
Yeah, he deserves a Seared Halibut after that one. That was so smooth what he just did on outside garage. He literally peeked it, just walked right out, and then immediately eat out of it. Dismiss out of that. Having his ult, he completely disappeared and got out of that trouble. They knew where he was, and just got and picked up the 4K after that. Super smooth Seared Halibut. That was the MVP of that round for sure. But that being said, it's looking bad for Enigma because they did full buy last round. So now they're gonna have to be a dodgy half buy here to be able to get back on track.
Once again, 60 Hertz, they're just looking absolutely solid on this defense. This offense right now, as they've only dropped, I think, a single round so far since the half. It's going to be really interesting here, as it looks like they're going to be adding a lot of pressure onto C, but it might all be for fake because the bomb is still favoring a B site push. But now C site is completely left open, so we just see that this is going to be 60 Hertz moving forwards, but Das starting us off with a pick onto Kiyoshi, not even looking around that way, but Lilar is going to get traded in.
I think this engagement from Das here, if he gets his weapon, pretty key. But no, Spectre cleans that up, as well as Impulse on Sticky. They're really going to look really hard for Triple Shock and Stylo to pull this off. Let's see that they can do it, but they don't have the best guns to do so. Only Stylo with the Vandal and Triple Shock. What a headshot from Triple Shock on Impulse. Maybe there's some light to this.
Yeah, let's see Stylo going for the engagement here, able to find one. That's on the Spectra, but that's going to be Seared Halibut getting another pick now. It's all on the back of Triple Shock and this Marshall here. He's going to be able to pick up the Vandal, but
one enemy remaining.
Where Clue is. Triple Shock able to find Seared Halibut, but it was planted for long. So we're going to see Triple Shock trying to get the defuse off here. Now knows where Clue is, but all Clue has to do is stall this thing out, and that's going to be another win here as we see Triple Shock now sticking to the bomb here, but Clue comes in and gets the headshot onto Triple Shock, and that's going to be the 12th round. Right now, 60 Hertz is only one round away from winning and moving into the quarterfinal bracket.
Yeah, diamond hands on Clue's part there. Not wavering because he heard the double defuse there, like the signal. So he was patient. He knew he had time on his side, and he peeked it at the perfect time. Well done from Clue there. But like you said, Seared Halibut, Impulse, major players in this game helping win that round. I cannot say enough of how well they've been performing, and just it's unfortunate because you look at the defensive layout for Enigma. They've been changing the C player so often because nothing's been working, and they don't have that well of a defensive comp, like I said, so they can't really stop anyone other than the Astra utility.
Yeah, Clue being able to find that pick, already sees Stylo with the judge, so immediately knows that they're just gonna have to back off here. And a little bit careful because a judge really dangerous, especially too if it is up close. Clue might overextend himself, but Clue actually getting the headshot onto Stylo to start us off here. And once again, they're sticky, making it look easy onto Seared Halibut. That's gonna be a headshot with the Marshall just to even things out here. So now this is going to be 60 Hertz trying to advance onto this A site, but they're going to be up against Das with the ultimate here. Let's see how this goes. They do have a lurker in Impulse here, and Impulse finds Triple Shock. Now, they're not sure where, Enigma's not sure where 60 Hertz wants to engage.
Yeah, that was just super bad, unfortunate timing there for Triple Shock. But like I see, Das getting tagged by the Cypher Dart, and he gets that kill up. Clue with a big frag there, and I don't know if Enigma has it in on to pull this back. Although they're geniuses with the Marshall, I don't know if it'll be enough.
Get out of my way!
Do something crazy here. Impulse throws the knives out, unfortunately. And just Sticky falling down, doesn't see Spectra behind him, and Spectra is gonna seal the deal. So congratulations to 60 Hertz. They will be advancing to the quarterfinals to face off against Blanix.
Yeah, Marks, what an impressive showing from 6 years. That's all I can say. We were a little bit high on Enigma going into it, rightfully deserved. They did win 13-5, so there's nothing wrong with getting a little attention towards them. But I do believe that 60 Hertz was just the better team this game, and it showed them. They had the better strats. The Astra usage was superior, and they had that Cypher to be able to hold down sites and deter any kind of push right away on that particular site.
Absolutely. And you could just see, even though Enigma was pretty solid on the attack, it just looked like 60 Hertz was just going to walk all over them on their defense. And just taking a look at the scoreboard here, you can already see just how much of a difference Seared Halibut and Impulse were in order to swing this game in their favor. Look at that. They both had 20 kills, and the next person on their team who was that high was Clue, and he only had 9 picks.
Yeah, exactly. Like you said, that with that reference you made to a murder mystery, we thought we had a lot of hype around on Clue in that round, and rightfully so. He uses utility super well to be able to get engaged and get information, and I think that was pivotal to how they were defending, because without that information, they already have a defensive composition to begin with. But with that information, it adds an additional bonus to get to know where your enemy is coming from, and it kind of threw Enigma in shambles at some points. Although the defensive strats were legit, they just couldn't finish it off. So those type of plays from Clue were definitely like a knife to the back to reiterate that murder mystery theme to Enigma.
We got to keep it consistent. I appreciate that.
100%. Keep it 100.
All right. is going to wrap up the games for tonight. But if in case you're interested, hey, make sure to tune in again tomorrow because we're going to be more games coming out from the VLR tournament. Now, all of the winners are going to be moving up into the quarterfinals to face off against each other as we move closer and closer and closer towards the finals. So you can expect to see the Promised Land go up against a Notorious, and that's going to be Blanix going up against 60 Hertz. But we hope you have enjoyed watching it. This has been casted by Marks and Daniel and produced by Icy Flames, owner of the channel and organizer of the tournament. But thank you all for tuning in, and we hope to see you next time for some more Valorant in the VLR tournament.